Confusion with dishwasher and disposable GFCI requirements can cause a failed inspection. There are different NEC rules for the 2020 and the 2023 NEC regarding GFCI requirements for dishwashers and disposals. Under the 2020 NEC, specific appliances were listed in section 422.5, and dishwashers were required to be GFCI protected. Under the 2023 NEC, appliances were moved to section 210.8D of the NEC, moving everything to one section, making it clearer and easier to understand. Now, as far as garbage disposals, they have a similar but not identical requirement in the code, so you have to look at how the appliance was installed. Under the 2020 NEC, if it was cord and plug connected, if that receptacle was within 6 feet of the sink, then you would have to GFCI protect that receptacle. Under the 2023 NEC 210.8A6, it states that all kitchen receptacles have to be protected, so that was the change. Prior to that, in the 2020, they talked about receptacles serving the countertop area. In 2023, they changed that to kitchen, so all kitchen receptacles have to be GFCI protected. So if you have the disposal on a receptacle under the 2023 NEC, it has to be GFCI protected regardless of how close it is to the sink. Under NEC 422, the disconnect rule still remains the same. For dishwashers or disposals, you have to have some type of a disconnecting means. Today, what you're seeing mostly is dishwashers are cord and plug connected, so you can plug it into a GFCI and unplug it, and that can act as a disconnect. And the same for disposals, they're typically cord and plug connected. If not cord and plug connected for either of those, you have to have some type of a disconnecting means. Often you find a single pole switch as a disconnecting means, or in the code they also do list a breaker if you can lock that breaker out. But that's something you'd have to check with your AHJ, your authority having jurisdiction, to see whether or not they allow that. This is also where a disposal, if hardwired, it's not listed in the appliance list as required to be GFCI protected. Again, always check with your AHJ, your local and state codes and amendments, because they may require that you GFCI protect it. Also, you have to check the manufacturer requirements. If the manufacturer requires it to be GFCI protected, you have to protect it. But if you look at the code, receptacles in the kitchen area are required to be GFCI protected, and dishwashers are specifically called out in the appliance list to be GFCI protected. And then for AFCI protection, NEC 210.12 still calls out AFCI protection requirements for 120 volt single phase 10, 15, or 20 amp branch circuits in the kitchen, so they both have to be AFCI protected. I created a simple GFCI AFCI kitchen checklist that you can carry with you in the field or you can access in the field. And I'll leave a link for that checklist as a pinned comment and in the description of this video. I'll also leave a link for my website, buildingcodegeek.com, where you can get a more detailed look at AFCI and GFCI requirements.